Hey there, kindergarten writers. It's me, Mrs. Schoonerman, and we're off on some more writing adventures together today. So yesterday we started a new type of writing called informational writing, where we taught our readers some information about something. And that something was we taught about the different parts of our body, and then we shared with our readers two facts about ourselves, two facts about the parts of our body. So I drew the picture of myself, and then I added labels of each of the different body parts, and then I wrote two facts. My two facts were I have long brown hair and hazel eyes. Well, today we're moving on to a new topic, and today's topic is one that's I really love going outside and looking at them growing out of the ground, and they have a trunk and branches. What could it be? If you guessed that we're learning all about trees today, you're right. We're going to be writing about trees, the parts of a tree, and then we'll be writing two facts about trees. Before we begin, let's just review some things that we find on an informational writing piece. So remember, when we begin our informational writing piece, we'll be adding a title. It won't be all about cats. This is just the model. But we'll add a title to say what the writing is going to be about, what we're teaching our reader about. We will add a diagram, which means we draw a picture of what we're teaching our writer about. We will add labels, which just means we are labeling what parts of the picture, what the parts of the picture are called. And then we will also add some facts or some captions, some real ideas and some real information to teach our reader about the topic. And today's topic is trees. Again, let's talk about a fact versus an opinion. A fact is something that you can prove. It's real. An opinion is something that you think or you feel. And remember, opinions can be very different. One person's opinion is very, very different than another person's opinion. Here's two different facts and opinions. Here's one fact. An apple is a kind of fruit. That's a fact. That's real. An apple is a kind of fruit. We can prove that. Here's an opinion. I love apples. They are good. That doesn't make it real. That is how you think or how you feel about it. That doesn't mean everyone else thinks the same thing. So we're only focusing on the things that are facts so that we can prove. Before we get into our writing, I want to read you a special little story about trees so that we have some background knowledge. This story is called Trees by Sarah Mitchell. This is a nonfiction text. So that means it has all facts inside of it. There are no opinions in here. It's not how we think or we feel about trees. It's real things that we can prove about trees. So on this first page here, it says, this tree has leaves. This tree has branches. This tree has flowers. This tree has fruit. Can you see what kind of fruit it is? Apples! This tree has bark. This tree has roots. Look what trees can have. And then instead of drawing a whole diagram of a tree, they took little pictures of it to show us all the different parts that trees can have. Trees can have leaves, branches, flowers, fruit, bark, and roots. Okie dokie. Time for our learning targets so that you know what is expected of you today. So what you are going to be able to do, let's say it together. I can draw and label a picture of a tree and then write 2 facts about them. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to draw and label a picture of a tree, and then we will write 2 facts about trees, 2 facts that we know. What I need you to do is I need you to go get a pencil and a piece of paper. If you don't have that in front of you right now, that's okay. Just pause the video. And when you get back, you can start the video right back up again. But go get a pencil and a piece of paper so that we can start the writing together. Of course, when the video is all done, I'm still going to challenge you to add a couple more labels and to write 1 more fact about a tree on your own. But together, we're going to start it off over on the drawing board. So go get your pencil, go get your paper, and I'll see you over there. All right. So, of course, the first thing that you want to put on your paper is your name. So go ahead and write your name and write today's date. If you're watching this on Tuesday, then today's date is May 19th, 2020. I already wrote the 5 for May. And then there's a 1, down and down you run. That's the way to make a 1. Make a circle, then a line. That's the way to make a 9. Okay, date, name, date. Now we need to think about what we need to add to our informational writing piece. So the first thing we need to do is write the title. What is it about? What are we teaching our readers about today with our writing? We're teaching them about trees. So let's go ahead and let's think about how we can want to phrase that. Well, we're writing all about trees. So maybe your title will be different. That's fine. My title is going to be all about trees. Maybe your title, maybe you'll write parts of a tree. You could do that too. But my title is all about trees. There. Okay, and if I'm going too fast, remember, you can always just pause the video and start it up when you're ready to move on. Okay, the next part we need to do is we need to draw our diagram. We need to draw the picture. And am I going to draw a picture of a bird? No, that would be silly. It is not all about birds, it's all about trees. So we're going to draw the parts of a tree. So remembering that story we just read, it showed us that trees, they've got a trunk, the part that holds it up, the trunk, and it has branches. So I'm just going to draw some lines coming off it like this, some branches. And I don't know if you know this, but the thinner they get, when they get thin, thin, thin and come out to the sides like that, that's when they become twigs, when they're nice and thin. There, we've got some good branches on here. And I remember in the video, a tree has roots. So you might want to add some roots to your picture. The roots are what holds the tree in place. It's what holds the tree in the ground. And I better get out my green for this part because the tree has leaves too. So we could add some leaves. And I'm going to add, actually I'm going to add a couple smaller leaves coming off the branches here. There, with my green marker. And let's see. It also has bark. So I'm gonna add some rough looking texture here to make it look like there's bark on the tree. And I'll draw the ground line right there. All right, I think I included everything. Oh, except some details. It did show that some trees have flowers and some trees have fruit. I'm going to pick fruit. I'm going to pick an apple tree. So I'm going to put some apples on mine. This is a type of tree that grows fruit, and the fruit is apples. Okay, now, after we draw the diagram, we need to add some labels. That's the next part. So the labels just tell what each part of the picture is. So, I think what I will label, let's start with the trunk. Let's label the trunk first. So, trunk. That's a tricky word. That's actually a T and an R put together. That's a U. Trunk. There's an N and a K at the end. Trunk. We also have branches. Let's label the branches. And branches. I gotta make my picture bigger. Oh my goodness, I ran out of room. Branches. If you can't see that, it's spelled B-R-A-N-C-H-E-S. Branches. Okay. And what else? What other parts are there on a tree? Do you remember what these are called? Roots. You hear that R at the beginning? Ooh. That's when we have a double O. Two O's next to each other. Go ooh. Root. Roots. All right. Let's refer back to that text. What other parts were there? What other parts? We forgot the bark. The bark. The rough part on the trunk. So I'm going to put another line to the trunk and write bark. Bark. And let's see, maybe we could add, what is that word? Leaves, yeah? So we need to write the word leaves. Let's label our leaves. We hear the L at the beginning. E. Then there's an A. Leave. A V. Leaves. Leaves. Okay. Now, there are more things that you can label, but I'm saving that for you because remember, at the end of the video, you have a challenge. You have to add 3 more labels. So for your labels, maybe you'll label maybe you have a tree that has flowers on it, so you could add a label for flowers. Maybe if I kept going, I would add a label for my apple, and I would add a label for the ground, and I could even add a bird's nest, because I know that birdies like to make nests in trees. I could even make a hollow for a little owl to go inside, and you could label the hollow. There's plenty more things that you can add. But now it's on to the last part. We need to add a fact. I am going to only write one fact with you. So we're going to write it together. And then when the video is done, you are going to write the second fact, the second real thing that we know about trees. So the fact that I am going to write is that fruit can grow on trees. So you can write this right with me. So remember, we start our sentences with a capital. We're going to go down to the bottom here. Fruit. F. R. And this sounds like it should go O because it says fruit. It doesn't though. It's a tricky word. It goes like this. F-R, and then there's a U and an I. Fruit. You hear it? A T. Yep. Fruit. Can. Let's tap this one out. You may know how to spell it, but that's okay. Let's tap it out together. First, stretch it. Can. Tap it. And can. Okay, now we write it. Leave a finger space. Can. And can. Fruit can, finger space, grow. G. O. W. Fruit can grow on on trees. And we already wrote trees right up here. So we could save time and look up at the top at our title, on trees. It starts with a T, R, E, E, S. And I hope that you'll remember what good writers do at the end of a thought, at the end of a sentence. They add punctuation, so we can go ahead and put a period right here at the end. Okay. Well, we did all the things that we need to add for our informational writing. We added a title, all about trees. We added our diagram where we drew a picture of our tree, and then we added labels to label the different parts. And then we wrote one fact about trees, but there's more things that you might know about trees that you can teach your reader. So that's your challenge, that's your target. Maybe you're going to tell a fact about, let's see, that the roots, maybe you know that the roots hold the tree in place in the ground. Maybe you know that animals like birds or squirrels or owls, maybe you know that the animals like to sometimes make their homes in trees. That would be a really good fact to write about. What else? Maybe you know that leaves sometimes can change colors in the fall, and you'll write about that. That sometimes leaves can be brown and orange and yellow and red. Those are all some really good facts that you could write about. It's time for you to finish hitting today's learning target. We started, but you're not done yet. I want you to go and add 3 more labels to your tree diagram. And I want you to add 1 more fact. And then when you are all finished, have an adult take a picture of your work and send it on in to your teacher, because we are excited to see what fact you're going to teach us about. I want to know what else do you know about trees? All right, writers. Until tomorrow, I hope that you have a great rest of your writing day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.